Hello, in this video I will be explaining how Adobe Lightroom saves images, and then I'll go through some basic tips on how to sort your photos. So what Adobe Lightroom does is it's actually a database. It stores information about your images in a catalog, and the catalog is what you see here. And the catalog is the database that holds a record of the original camera settings, the edits from Lightroom, the descriptions, keywords, ratings, etc. about an image file. And all of that is tied to the original photo stored in storage. So the database is in your memory, the original photo is in your storage, and Lightroom is able to connect the two. And by doing that, you're able to upload thousands of photos at once without slowing down the system. The downside to that is if you were to take one of these photos, so if I were to, so this is the file with all these photos in it, and move it to desktop, immediately this button will show up and it says you cannot use this photo because it cannot be found. So you go ahead and locate it. I know I put it on my desktop, so it's right here. Select and you're done. So it's pretty quick, but if you move a file of about 300 photos, it's not really good use of your time. So just make sure once you upload photos into Lightroom, you keep them in the same spot. What makes Adobe Lightroom so great is that it uses non-destructive editing, and it is able to do that by using the storage versus memory process. So when you edit these photos in Lightroom, you're not actually affecting the original photo. So when you're done with these and press export, you're able to set the location and file name, and at that point, that's when a new photo is being created into storage. So you'll have the original photo and the final edits photo in storage after you export them, and then in memory, you'll still have the record of the photo in the Adobe database. And if you go to the Develop tab, there's a reset button to bring it back to the original settings, so you can always just start over. So basically that's a quick overview about how Adobe Lightroom saves images. Now by doing that you can import about 3,000 or way more photos if you'd like. So it's kind of difficult to keep your images straight. So my suggestion on how to keep your images organized is use sort of a 3-tier method. So first tier would be the catalog, which is the screen you see here. When you want to import new photos, so let's say I went to a wedding, I would press New Catalog, file name would be Wedding, and then when I press Create, a new window will pop up and it'll have no photographs in it. And I can go ahead and import my photos and edit them there. And then this catalog is still saved, so if I go to File, Open Catalog, I can open this one too. The only issue with that is you can only have one catalog open at a time, and if I want to search for one of my wedding photos here, it will not show up because you can only search within one catalog. Now, beyond the catalog, there is the text and attribute labels. So with text, you can go to keywording. With this one, it's a red bird, so I put bird, songs, trees. You can even put colors in here. This is where you create keywords. This is where they're stored. And then you can also do copy name or file name. So file name is the original name of the file, and copy name is a unique label that you've created in Lightroom. And you can go up here and save it, or excuse me, you can search it. So if I searched red, this one will show up and it looks like this has the same copy name, so that one also showed up. If you go to attribute, you can add labels that are flags, stars, or colors. So stars is the traditional way to organize photos. 5 meaning I really love this photo, 1 meaning I reject it, and somewhere in between. And some people think that's too many options, so they've resorted to using flags. There's flagged, rejected, and no flag status. So usually, the flagged ones are accepted photos, rejected photos, I'm not sure. Easy enough. And colors is the same type of thing. These don't really mean anything at all. It's all just personal preference. So you can change the star label here, color label here, and if you right click, you can do set flag. And that would be the second tier. And the final tier would be your quick collection. So if you hover over a photo, this little dot will show up, and you can click it or unclick it, and it automatically goes to quick collection. And the reason why I use quick collection for the final tier is that you can click the first photo, shift the last photo, click export, and you're good to go. You don't have to go through all your photographs and try to pick and choose whichever ones you decided that you actually wanted to keep. It just makes exporting a lot faster. So in short, you have the catalog, you have the text and attribute labels, and then you have your quick collection for sorting. And that is how Adobe Lightroom saves photos, and those are some tips on how to organize them.